And then it pulls me to the join the meeting screen.
All right, join the meeting.
We only got 4 more days of this. All right, guys, what I was saying is that we're going to go ahead and get this packet ready for the OMB.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and knock that out. So there should be nobody in this group that doesn't already have that packet ready to go off when time permits for you to do it. Meaning when time permits, that means you have been granted your name. You have went to the Social Security office in your local vicinity. You have turned in your, changed your name and did your SF-181. All right? That's when time permits. So we're going to go ahead, go through these documents so we can go ahead and get that knocked out of the way. On top of that, we're going to go through the notice of claim, notice of transfer of that registered mail number. All right, so we can go ahead and get those filed. Some of you have particular jurisdictions, some of you that are up there in the South, that's not in Republic State, we're going to talk about that as well. How you would go about filing those notice of claims and notice of transfers, okay? So you can go ahead and get that out. So the next time we meet up next Wednesday, we should be already talking about trust. That's where we should be at. All right? So. Okay. We're going to bust through that UCC1 and everything tonight. So I already know that this is, one of my favorite groups. So, I don't have to overextend and overindulge about the little things with you guys. So. All right, so everybody can hear me. Everybody can see the screen.
Yep. Yes.
All right, let me make sure the recording is still on because that's acting crazy. All right, cool. Let's do this. All right, now we know, let me see if I can back up out of here to my home screen really quick. I be doing major stuff, so don't be paying attention.
Yeah, we do. You must have clicked about 20 times.
Yeah, it's like that. All right, let me get down to Dropbox. All right, so we're going to be working out of the status correction folder, okay? Now, we're going to go through this with you guys because this is something that needs to be explained when you're in the Dropbox so that your personal information does not end up in the Dropbox. Somebody's baby wants to be on the call. Who is that? Come on over here. All right, so. All right, we're going to go through them. We're going to do a quick walkthrough on how you should be extracting your document Dropbox so that you're not leaving an imprint within the Dropbox, okay? Now, I'm going to do it 2 ways. I'm going to do it the way that it is if you have the Dropbox extension already on your computer, all right? All you would do is download the actual Dropbox where you can, in here, you could just copy it like this, copy it and drag it and create another folder. All right? That's one way you can do it. Another way is, let me sign in. Another way is, let me get down to that folder. Another way is when you're online, which might be the easiest user-friendly way, but you would just go on over here and download it.
Mhm.
So has everyone been doing that? And if you have been doing it that way, is your intellectual property showing up in the Dropbox?
I'm not sure.
Because
I'm not that keen on computers.
Yeah, like you see right here, Miss Shanita, that shouldn't be there, right? So now when we're in here and then new mentees come around, they're gonna see who is this person and what's going on, and it's gonna kind of confuse people a bit. So let's be mindful. I'm gonna switch the gears around. Letting you know that if you haven't been downloading it, you're going to have to start downloading it now, because you won't have the option of editing them in the Dropbox anymore. All right? So you can sign on, get onto your Chrome, log in Dropbox, and any document that you want to use, you just go and you download it. Okay? So that's for that. Back to the fax cover letter. Now, this fax cover letter, you could change it. I'm more predicated on actually mailing in the documents via certified mail or registered mail, whichever one you want to do, in a priority envelope with a do not bend on it. I'm more predicated to doing it that way, but you would still need to have a cover sheet. So faxing it, I don't recommend it, but it's an option for you. You can get a fax confirmation and things of that, but you would probably have to chase someone down to go find it, and then there's no receipt of the recipient. Okay? So you could fax it. I actually faxed mine and mailed mine. Okay? So that we're clear. You can do both if you have a fax machine or accessible to one. But you could just change that to cover sheet and do like you would do when we went through the administrative procedure and put your certified mail number underneath there, or registered mail number underneath there, right? All right, but it's still gonna be the same thing. You'll just be changing the header out. If you don't want to rock civil, if you don't want to be an unmanned military ship, don't rock civil. Put your own thing on there. You feel me? Now, this is for yeah.
I don't know what I did, but I got the fax cover sheet, but that square box, when I printed it out, that part didn't come out. I got everything else except that.
All right. Another thing, guys, we must make sure that we have an updated Word. So make sure that you have an updated Word, because if you have an outdated Word, a lot of my documents, it's not going to format right because you're in an older version. You see what I'm saying? Like if I was coming to you with an older version of Word, it would format right because you would have a newer version of Word. But if you have an outdated version of Word, you need to update that. So check and see if you have an older version of Microsoft Word.
Okay, I just put Microsoft Word Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for a year, so that should be the new one, or I still have to go in?
Well, let me show you this, okay? Because if you don't have the box, right?
Yes.
All right, let me show you how to make a box. All right? So you need a box. So let's make a box. We're going to go to Insert. We're going to go to Shapes. We're going to grab us a box. We're going to go like this. We got us a box. We're going to color that guy in. We're going to go over here. We're going to do that. Just like that. Hey, we can even get 3D with it. You know? Boom. We got a box.
Okay.
All right?
The other thing is I'm willing, if you need to, I can put it into a Word document and send it to you. I have done that for others in the class. This is Hope.
Okay, Hope.
But the box is already inside of the Word document. So if he's not getting it off of my Word document, my concern is, would he get it off of your Word document? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's why we're going to go.
Getting lost in translation, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to go through. Very good question, because perfect presentation is key. So, you know, with certain things that you see on your computer, well, not your computer, but certain things that you see on these documents that you need to go ahead and you don't know how to do it, this is a good time to address those as we're going through these documents. There are certain symbols or certain boxes, headers, footers. However, if you are not clear on how to do it, ask me and I'll show you how to do it, because there are pertinent things that all of us need to know how to do. And a lot of the pertinent things that we do need to know how to do is going to be in your symbol section, like for your subsections when you're doing your codes. This is where you would find your copyright, your trademark, your register, all right? So these are things that we need to know how to do in document preparation, okay? Another thing, for instance, if you were trying to make yourself a legal document, like maybe some of the ones that you've seen me do, right? Like, for instance, let's say I want to be fancy today, y'all. I want to do some real fancy stuff, and I want to make sure that they know that I'm just fancy like that, because that's just the way that I rock. You know what I mean? So, you know, because I'm an illustrator, I'm an author. So, you know, I want to make sure that you know that I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get real creative with what I'm doing, you know. I'm going to go over to that guy right there. Let's say I want to go right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get real good. All right, I'm gonna put that guy over there. You know, I'm gonna do something like this. Say, let's just get real fancy.
So that's where these subsections and all of those symbols are.
Yeah, this is where those subsections and yeah, that's where you would find these at.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just do a bit tutorial. Let's just build a document really quick. You know, because this is something that you guys gotta know. You just gotta know how to be in perfect presentations in the things that you do. So, now if you don't like the line that was over there, you could do subsections if you want.
Oh.
You could do subsections if you want to be creative. Back over there. You could do just like I did that. And so we could take that guy out, bring that guy back up here, and you could have it going, and then you could put your header up here. Let's say we want to do, let's see. So let's just say we want to do one of these. We're not going to like specify what it is, but let's just say that's what we want to do.
Maddie?
Shalom, Maddie.
Hello, John and Maddie again.
Shalom.
How are you guys?
Well, we're well. We're just leaving our second job, but we're okay.
What y'all doing working? Like, y'all supposed to be in wicker chairs, rocking, screaming at children.
I wish.
No, we are.
We do caregiving.
We do caregiving.
Yeah, I know, you told me. Yeah.
And she doesn't have internet in the house, so we're in the car, so we might go in and out.
Okay, y'all are good. All right, so let's just say, guys, y'all wanted to do so. You see how we just did that? Just like that?
Yeah.
You see? Wasn't nothing but just messing around with some stuff, being creative. Now you look official. You can't be official. You used to not be official. You know what I mean? So, all right. That's just a quick tutorial on how you can go ahead and get your documents together. You know, be creative. You know, everything is in the Word, okay? And then you would go ahead and put, I don't know, if you want to make it official, we can go over here. Come on, Mercury, stop messing with me. Yeah, that guy.
I am in.
Huh?
I am in on my computer. I figured it in.
Oh, check that out.
Mercury, goodbye. Retro. Goodbye.
All right, let's just say,
Oh.
all right, so you see, and then you would do it however you would want to title it. And then you would put verses. You could put, they go on this side, all right? You versus them. Then you would go through your breakdown on how you would want to prepare your document depending on what it is you're preparing, right? So that's just a quick pro quo on that. And that's another way of how you can make your boxes. Like I beveled this one. So, but we'll get back to track because I enjoy drafting documents. Like I would have sat there with you guys and drafted a whole fictitious claim just to be creative. But all right, so back to this office management. All right, so you know your name ain't John Henry Doe. All right, so you need to come over here and edit this. We'll fill in some stuff. I tell you, what we gonna do about Mercury, guys? Yeah. What we gonna do with them? All right. So there you go. Fax this. Now you see this is their information. If you have a fax number over here, put it. If you have a fax number over there, don't put it. Just drag that guy up on a copy and paste. All right. So there you go. Uh-oh. All right.
Now, is that the real fax number, or is that something we need to look up for OMB?
This is the real fax number. Everything on this page is the real information.
Okay.
All right. I believe the only thing that has changed, but we haven't even gotten there, which I already lined to change, that would be the treasurer. But same information, director.
Stephen Gettner.
Huh?
I said his name is Stephen Gettner.
Yeah. So that's the new director of OMB, or are you talking about the Treasury, right?
Oh, no, that's the director of the Treasury. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was like, hold on, we had to. Okay, yeah. All right, so John Michael Mulvaney, DBA Director, Office of Management and Budget. That's the address. We went through this form here on ethnicity and race identification standard form. All right. Then you would come here and you would do the same thing you did up here. All right, except you got it in brackets.
Yeah.
So, can y'all see this good, or do I need to bring it up? Bring it up. Let's bring it on the wide screen. All right, so all right, boom. It don't get easier than this. I'm gonna start charging y'all $3,000 a month. All right, so.
Wait till we perfect our status, please.
I'm gonna wait till you get to the Treasury. Yeah. I'm only taking registered bonds.
You got that. That's it.
All right.
It won't be nothing but a thing then.
I know that's right. You just be like, I just felt like I was in the gifting mood today.
That's right.
Yeah. So, all right. You just go through here and you just assemble yourself where you need to be. All right? That's it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Has anybody have any questions on the particular drafting of these documents? On where to input your information? Is there anyone having any issues with filling out this particular cover sheet or cover letter?
No.
All right, cool. Now, this is when it gets funky, all right? This is where you have the authority to input the document that you want to identify yourself with. Okay? So if you got any evidence that they put on public record where they are saying, yeah, we did that, definitely did that, to be civil, we're going to say we apologize. We really don't care. But we did it. Here's the letter to prove we did it to you and your ancestral family. This is where you would put it. Okay? You would put it here as your attachment. So if there are some particular HJRs that you would like to use, you can insert them here. All right. I pretty much covered how I wanted to do it. These are the attachments that I used. But do know you can use your own subject matter. Okay? These are the departments that it will be going to. All right?
The Jesuit Curia in Rome. Wow.
Because this is your federal and international status correction.
Wow.
Right.
Queen Elizabeth.
So your status is only corrected when you put all of those people on notice?
Mhm. Yeah, you can run around and be all sovereign citizen and stuff, you know, and be talking about, you know, whatever it is that they talk about. But if you want them to know internationally who you are, what you are, and what you're doing, yeah, you need to take that to the crown, because who owns, or who is the grantor? What line is the grantor of the Social Security account that you have?
The Queen, the Crown.
Exactly. So don't you think you need to go ahead and let her know that, oh yeah, I know I'm a beneficiary.
It would only be proper. It would only be proper.
Exactly.
Now, do they acknowledge this or acquiesce?
The Department of Office, not the department, excuse me, the Office of Management and Budget. All right, when we get down to it, well, let's see, when we get over into the statutory claim, we tell them to send confirmation that it's been updated. The Office of Management and Budget is the one that is going to CC this packet you're presenting to all of these agencies for you.
Good.
Wow.
They're your medium of exchange.
And that is Queen Elizabeth's full name. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor, Mountbatten, Battenberg.
Right.
How old is she? Because she's been around for too long. Like, I've been hearing about her my whole life.
They say she's been cloned.
I believe it. Shoot, I don't think I want to stay here again to be cloned, but I don't have ego issues. But now, everyone knows how to find the archdiocese in your area, right?
No.
Okay, you need to find the closest archdiocese in your area.
I don't even know what an archdiocese is.
Well, let's look at Florida. Need to find, let's go here.
Oh, thank God. I thought my computer crapped on me.
Well, let's just say, you all right? You need me to wait a second?
Yeah, well, just a second.
All right, I'm
gonna
good.
log in. I'm on my phone, so I'm going to log in on the computer.
Okay.
So I can see it bigger. Because my eyes.
People, I got the information.
So you want to get the closest. You want to get the closest archdiocese to you. All right.
Did you say that's in Bridgeport?
Yeah, I got the information. I'll text it to you.
Where are you at? You're in Broward, right? What city is that? Isn't that Fort Lauderdale?
Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
That's Brevard, not Broward. Broward is
Melbourne and Palm Bay and.
I used to live in Vero Beach. Let's see. Let's just do Vero Beach. Florida.
Fort Lauderdale was been closest to me.
Okay, well, let's do Fort Lauderdale. Let's make it,
Thank you.
All right, and it'll pop up. It's still going to be Miami. So it's still going to be Miami. Let's see. Let's find the actual.
Human resources.
You're right. Welcome to this part. All right, there he goes right there. So now that's the Archbishop.
Well, now, I think it had it down at the bottom.
You see it?
Archdiocese of Miami.
Okay, so Archdiocese of Miami. There's the contact info. Huh?
I was just saying Biscayne Boulevard. That's a big street.
Yeah. So now that we know, we need to go to the Human Resources Division to find out who the Archdiocese is of Miami. So yours is close. It makes sense. You're like 20 minutes from Miami. And there's the information there.
Southwest Ranches.
Mm-hmm.
Southwest Ranches. Oh no, that's Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale.
We're looking at the bottom left corner.
Bottom left. Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm.
And you got to put the name also.
Now, what is the arch? Well, now, what is the Archdiocese again?
You want me to Google that?
Well, you don't have to. I just want to know what it is. So if ever you want to Google it, you can.
Okay. Well, basically, they're the Chancery Court. They're what you would consider the public Chancery Court. I want to find the actual name. They're the Tank Brewery is who I want to find. Because
you see the bishop in there?
Yeah, I've seen the Archbishop.
Church of the Roman Catholic Church in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm. Now we'll look at this right here. Look at this part. This is why.
Can you enlarge that a little bit, Tiff?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I asked that question. I wasn't the only one who didn't know what it was.
All right. Now, the Archdiocese, okay, is the Court of Chancery. All right. Now, this is when you're stepping out of probate and things of that such. So even in the Chancery Court, that's still a public venue. All right. So a lot of these people that go about declaring their nationality and do it properly, and they end up stateless, meaning that they're not under statutory law or administrative law, or might not even be part and parcel with the United States jurisdiction. Okay, that means that they fall into this category. Ecclesiastic territory, which is a chancery court, right? But what did they just say they specialize in? So, did you really make a change?
Nope.
All right, so they need to be put on notice just like the other forced servitude agencies of human resources. All right? So, yeah, I bet. Yeah, but you say there what? Nah.
You say the human resource?
Yeah. Human resource.
We know what that really means now.
Don't we? Y'all love that Directive 15 when we went through the OMB. That was a good webinar. I love that one. That was a really good webinar. Everyone that hasn't seen that, go in that status correction folder and look at that video, because that's a new video that I just updated from this class, the last time we went to status correction. But that's what you need. So you would basically take that address that we just did for Miami, which is right here. All right. So, no, that's not it. Where were we just at? Go. All right. So you would take their address, duplicate it, and put it on your cover letter. All right. Then you're good to go. All right, so we got that. Oh, you still want to know what an archdiocese is? Let's find out. What exactly do you do, archdiocese? How are you protecting God's children? I need to know. I need to know.
The district for which
let's see. Yes, the district. Now, you know the United States only exists because it extends itself through districts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's see.
New York.
Let's see. What is your job description? Let's see. What do you do at the parish while people are just perishing? What do you do? It gets deep, don't it?
Yeah, it is very deep.
But they got some job openings, y'all.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's see. Let's just look and see what they do. Let's just, just for fun. Now, what do y'all do? Human resources. So, let's see. I didn't know. I thought like you, but that makes sense because people actually go to universities. They go to, what is that, what do they call that, monastery school to become like a chaplain and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. I want to know what the actual duties are, though. I want to know what the duties are of this actual position. So let's Google it. Let's do it the other way because Google's funny that way. All right. So, the role of the Catholic bishops and archbishops in the Catholic Church. Bishops rank below cardinals. A bishop oversees the diocese, which is a collection of local parishes, and an archbishop administers an archdiocese, which is just a really large diocese. Okay, so sounds like we made a miniature United States. You want to come over and join? We got chancery courts and stuff. So, boom. Now, we don't went from Roman Catholic Church. That's where we were just at, right? Now, the district under the pastoral care of a bishop in the Christian church. Now, what kind of corporation is the United States?
501c3?
Nope. Try again.
That's a church.
It's a private corporation.
Try again.
Secular.
Try again.
So then separate and
What was the question again?
What
A big
kind?
one.
It's an egregor. I'm just playing. What kind? Like Taj, you're kind of right, but you want to go more so not 5013 because they're not stupid enough to do that. But they are a trust. But what kind of trust?
Shoot.
God we trust.
Not express.
Okay, we're getting closer. We are getting closer. What kind of corporation?
Nonprofit.
Religious Christian.
There it is. There it is. Oh, what, y'all? Okay. That's why you're putting our diocese on notice. So they know while you're out there declaring your nationality, nope, don't usurp my information. Nope, I'm not stateless. And no, I do not consent to being under your lower district of Christian corporacy in your parish.
At all.
It's funny how they claim to be so Christian, meanwhile they just killing people every day and giving people death sentence. It makes no sense.
They shrivel and hide away.
Like they're too stupid to understand what's going on.
All right. You know, and it's quite funny that as obvious as this information is, where did these statutory laws even come from?
The fluoride.
Rome. From the Bible.
Exactly, they came from Rome. All right, that's how the United States bases their legal system, their legal structure. The way that they create their laws is based off of Roman law. So, hence Roman Catholic Church, which is nothing more but a fancier, what is it? Christian church.
Christian.
Which
it is.
Yeah.
It is chess. It is chess, you know.
It is.
It's
You got to know how
game.
to play it. You know, it's business,
Yeah,
not personal.
It's chess. I mean, that's why the queen take everything, you know. King. The king is under the queen.
But
The queen could move all across the board, just like she's doing right now in the world. That's why you got Americans everywhere. You know, the military everywhere, just as it is on the chessboard. The queen can do what she wants.
See, that's when we step out of that oversoul.
Yeah.
All right? That's when you realize that religion is a third-dimensional entity. Okay? Because when a spirit becomes its own individual soul, it no longer needs the oversoul. It no longer needs to be a part of that egregor. Even our ancestors knew. So let's just say a little story. Even our ancestors knew when you see a cat, let's just use a cat. You see a cat that strayed away from the other cats. Okay, a stray cat was not just a homeless cat because animals travel in packs like humans. All right? But when you see a stray cat, that cat is actually reliving a karmic debt cycle that is really a living soul of a human that is just experiencing a karmic debt situation as a cat. All right? So.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what I always wonder? Like, we all know how powerful the queen of England is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the question becomes, we know that she's the all-powerful, but how in the hell did she do that? Like where in the world did they decide that the most powerful place was going to be in England?
Well, hence everybody talking about the Europeans, right? So it is because of the simple fact that they're smart business people and they got in where they fit in and they did an ultimate Ponzi scheme. She's no different than someone being a trustee of a 500 Fortune company, not acting as the CFO with all the liability. You see, she has the executive and authoritative order to be able to delegate without being on the front line, because she understands trust and she understands the pieces that you need to have in place, and she understands how to delegate authority to those pieces. Because Taj said something very important the other day. What was that you said about the poor people, Taj?
I said the Bible says the poor will be amongst us always.
Okay, we'll always have pounds. We'll always have pawns or peons, however you want to look at it.
You know, I was wondering if this was just all an illusion, that they're blowing her up to make her bigger than she is, because we are in a place where it is an extension of them. So I'm like thinking, like, is it that they're just giving us all this propaganda to make it, maybe she's not as big as they trying to claim that she is. You know what I mean? But maybe it just looked that way because we're here.
I agree completely with you, and I don't think that it is a theory, because really it's an optical illusion. The optical illusion is that the Americas is smaller than the continent of Europe, and we know that that is a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
We know we're not going to lie. We're not going to believe that lie.
I just think that's what they're doing. They're making themselves appear bigger than they are.
Mm-hmm. And
to keep us afraid.
It's all fanciful, because I'm telling you, I went to, and participated in one of this because I was invited, and the only reason you go there because it looks nice. It's like you, I don't know, being a Catholic, you kind of feel a bit superior or something like that. So it's all an optical illusion. It's all about giving people a false sense of wealth.
I think it's called social engineering.
People,
What'd you call
Wizard
it?
of Oz.
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz.
Social engineering?
Yeah.
Like NLPs?
I don't know what it is. What is
because
NLP?
You know what?
What is the NLP? I don't
because you know what? I just think, because you know how bad they hate, our people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like if we were, such a small number, like they try to make it seem like we're such a minority, we would have already they would have wiped us out already. But being that they're still trying should say a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they go over to Africa and give all the people AIDS, get them all sick, tear down their homes, and there's still a whole bunch of people that they haven't got rid of.
And this is all that they did.
And still doing.
It's an egregor.
Well, I think we know they started off at the bottom of the totem pole.
But they're doing a good job. You know what? They in our psyche. That's what it is.
They're in our thought forms. They're in our thought forms, or collective, our group mind, our psyche entity made of influencing the thoughts of a group of people. It's an egregor.
And they're doing it through the foods. They're doing it through the sprays in the air. But my thing is, where the hell they get it from? You know, they have to know of ancient technology and ancient people. It has to be some kind of secret people that's giving up stuff. And
well, you know, our ancestors jumped in that pyramid and took flight. You know, it's just that, you know, this is what was going on. It's just that their season is over and they don't want to relinquish that. You know, they're like, oh, let's clone and then just keep this going. I don't know what they're getting out of it, to be honest with you. What I do know is I'm not involved with that. You know, what they're doing to me,
Roman Empire.
All right, what they're doing to me doesn't affect me. It's just another corporation or another agency selling fucking processes. You know, it doesn't affect me in the way that it chooses to affect people that choose to put themselves in a situation of an egregor where they need to have an oversoul. You know what I mean? Like, I'm too busy trying to do my own thing to pay attention to what she has going on. You know, I acknowledge the fact of what you have going on. I put you on notice that I know. You know what I mean? We broke even. It was equitable. Now, time to do what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
I think the United States is going down because
you're breaking that. You're breaking that. Like you're going in and out, in and out.
Okay, I'm hold off. I'm
it's
driving
like
right
you're...
now. I'm hold off.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead. I'll wait.
But you're gonna forget, man. It might have been good, but okay.
I was gonna say I think the United States corporation is going down because Europeans are finding out that what they've been taught all this time is a lie. You know, and now they're starting to rebel, and we are starting to pull out, right? The United States. So if everybody pulls out, you already know the dollar's crashing right now, right? So.
Of course, you better get that fiat out your life.
Okay.
Get fiat out your
but
life.
It don't really matter if it crashes or not, though, right?
Right. Doesn't matter for me.
It just matters to the people who just based on the cash thing.
Right, and that's why you're in this class, so that you won't have to be based off that fiat, burn, however you want to phrase it,
and
system.
Yeah, and then it goes into all your affairs, too, because people treat you crazy because of that paper.
Mm-hmm. For the love of money.
Yeah, they
about the smell of it.
Yes.
It do smell nice, though. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, you know, I'm just saying, who hasn't whipped out about 50,000 and just smacked yourself in the face with it, rolled around in it, and did all? You know, we ain't gonna go there. But who hasn't done that? You know.
I swam in it like Scrooge.
You see what I mean?
I done been in DuckTales, so trust me, I know how it is.
All right, I see. Yeah, so, but that's just part of being an egregor. You know what I mean? Is that we actually worshipped fiat currency enough to make love to it, bathe with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give it away as if it was an actual gift with equity.
Yeah.
I got a question. I got a question.
She's like a family member.
You know, you know about that pure trust book, PDF you put into the folder, right?
Which one? Are you talking about the Pure Equity Trust?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a question about it. I read the book. I read the whole PDF. Now,
you talking about business trust? Which one? Are you talking about the actual template or the book?
Not the business trust, the pure trust, the one you have in the folder.
By what is that, Wes? Let me see. I had the Dropbox up. I don't know why I went over there. Okay, what's that? What's the question?
Okay. Basically, they were saying that these billionaire people, when they died, they had all their money in 80. Like this guy had 80 pure trust. He had three million, right? He spread it out between 80 pure trust. Now that pure trust operates off a contract between you and another trust, right? So it's not under the law.
You're like going in and out. It's like I'm kind of hearing like half of what you're saying.
I'm gonna wait till I get in a better area. I'm gonna hold on.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to these documents before we end up heading over to Europe. So, all right. Now, we already went through the facts cover letter or cover letter, however you want to phrase it. So basically, the rest of it, copy and paste. All right? Now, in mine, I'm going to be honest with you and let you know that I added, let me see if it's already in here. Get back over there. What? I know, it keeps tripping. Hold on. Let me sit all the way up. Let me see if it. See, I'm telling you, y'all, I am not dyslexic. Well, a little bit, but.
What's that say? Ancient mounds? Beautiful.
All right, I added these two to mine.
Beautiful.
Stop tripping on me like that. Okay. I'm not going to spend all day trying to put it together, but you get the point.
Yeah.
All right, so I added those two because they were conducive to my lifestyle. All right?
And how so?
Well, hey, we could do an autobiography, but I'm going to need you, Vinny, to host that.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, so you know what? I'm saying, so when I get ready to do mine, I can kind of do the same thing. That's why I say.
Well, you can put in it because you could put it in, but due to my research, I know that at the end of the day, when these Romans and these Christians bow their heads and pray amen, that they're talking to me, because I am the Omen. I am of the Olmecs.
Okay.
I am the Amen. I am an Omen.
Origin or Yahweh.
So,
Beautiful.
You see?
Creation.
So, that's why that's conducive to me.
No, I haven't.
All right. Okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the general, so if it don't apply to you, don't edit. It's your nationality. Then it goes in, you just go ahead and insert, and that's not to sound condescending with my aggressive personality, but it's just true. I'm the chosen one. So.
I'm more.
Get it, Gabby.
Get him. Get him. I'm trying to get this inside this document. It won't let me.
So if you're after Jamaica, you can you claim the Marooney tribe, right?
Yeah, if you want to put that in there, put it in there. You know, if that's what you want to identify yourself as, you know, whatever. I added all of this, but what I'm saying is that I added those two because that is my origin. That is my origin that created a lot of these other associated bands. Even though they decided maybe they decided to discredit your origin, but they want to give credit to an associated band of yours. But it still goes back to the family of nations.
Yes.
Still goes back to that title of nobility. Yeah. So, you know, you just edit these. Just like you see me doing. It's pretty standard.
Tiffany, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Is all the people, you know, originally, I mean, Moors, but different kinds of Moor? Is it like different kinds of Moor?
You know, what's the definition? What's your definition of a Moor?
I think, honestly, from my research, and you know, it's just I've only been researching for like 2 years, but I see that they say anybody of dark complexion is a Moor, basically. Even, you know, Spanish people, you know, Mexicans, we're all Moors.
Yeah.
Asian.
You know.
Asiatic.
Yeah, Asiatics. Right. Asiatics are Moors.
You know, terms for black people.
American nationals are Moors.
Yeah. So, are you saying that basically all melanated people could be considered a Moor?
Moors. Yeah, all carbon people are Moors. You know, no matter what tribe you came from, or, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, asking you. But I feel that, I mean, I could relate, you know, given my research. You know, my research is different from yours because we come from 2 different walks of life. But, you know, just from what I've seen, I can say, yeah, I can feel that I've learned about Morocco, and I understand it is somewhere way over, you know, in Africa. But even though Morocco is in Africa, the same people from Morocco were here, which is why it's still considered as Moors in America. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Don't mind me.
Okay, it's cool. I'm looking for something. All right. So what you're saying is that due to your research, you're saying that basically all melanated people would be a Moor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even in your list, the list that you just had up on the screen. You know, I feel like they are all Moors.
So if they're the Moors, who are these people?
American?
No. Who are
Native American?
Who are these
Purple
people?
Color?
Yeah, because you just said that the fuck they're not.
No, I'm you asking me, so I'm telling you.
No. Now, wait a minute. Read this. Let's read this. Because this definition.
Inquiring.
Okay. I got you. And you know, hey, people identify how they want to identify once you figure out how to identify. But this definition is going to tell you who is who. So, who pretends to be you now on this edition of Byword for You? So, you know, that's why it's in there, and that's why I did it that way, because if you want to identify as a more, now what does more, just the word more, mean? What does it mean to be mooring?
More.
Navigating.
What does it mean to moor? What are moors?
Navigators.
Moors are the actual ones that actually push the oars on the boats, on the boat while you're in the sea. They're mooring like a pirate.
Well, we know they helped the Europeans enslave black people. You know that? We know they helped the Europeans enslave some of the black people. I know that.
How are the Moors not Europeans?
They are.
So how do we know, how can we interchange the Moors? How can we say that the Moors are Europeans, but then say, but they're Moors even though they're Europeans, but we're talking about these, what Europeans? We're talking about titles of nobility, and that has no color.
Okay.
We're talking about titles of authority. We're talking about titles of regulatory use. We're talking about allodial titles. It has no color. You see? You see how it's on? But people come and, you know, they want to identify with whatever they do, you know, and they say that they are more, and then they want to change that. Then they want to change that around to being Moabite and things, and then they want to change that around to being Phoenician or Canaanite or some other bywords like that.
I thought it was just all the same.
We are, because we all were spirit until we forgot that we were spirit and decided we wanted to be a human, and then our human was like, oh, I have an ego. I want to have an identity. Now that I have an identity, I want to be familiar. What's familiar? Are you my family familiar? Yo, fucking, excuse me. Hey, your human is nothing but a medium of exchange, like the Treasury Department. It's your property. It's your third dimensional being that is able for your spirit to operate and move around. It's not supposed to have no identity. It's not supposed to worship wanting to belong to something, because that's like a lower version of yourself. That and everything in the higher realms plays out in the lower dimensions. I just had a 9 moment, so we're just going to roll with this. All right? In the higher levels of consciousness, all right, like I always tell you, this lifestyle is not for everybody. Not that it is a segregative thing, as if we're intentionally doing it. But like I told you and all of you before, if there's no money, who's going to make that Bugatti for you? Who's going to make those clothes for you? Who's going to make that smoothie for you? Nobody. The world would be a complete mayhem. There would be no balance. There'd be no harmony. Okay? So that's why when you intentionally talk to certain persons and you no matter how much truth and proof you give them, they think that you are shot out.
Hell yeah.
And that's the beauty of the universe.
Yeah.
That it automatically, it automatically is going to shift the balance so that we can keep revolving. Because we have to have both poles to revolve. But the thing about that in the higher realm, as above, so below. So now you have these third dimensional creatures that play this shit out. Say, hey, we really don't want to rock with you because we think that you're a European, even though we're acting like them. We don't want to rock with you because, you're not foreign enough. We don't want to rock with you because you're this and you're that. That's the offset of being in a capsulated egregor of an oversoul.
Preach, Tiffany.
We don't went somewhere. I'm going to take you there. Sometimes y'all be like, I'll ride out with you. But, yeah, so that is really the scheme of it. So, that is the scheme of it. And then furthermore, we can't, well, we're universal because in the level of my intellect and in the level of my spirit, who am I to judge you for what you want to identify with? I feel that all of us need to wear different characters because when you wear different characters, you attract a different audience. And by that different audience, you have a different life experience. And that life experience may propel you into the right knowledge of where you need to be.
Or the wrong knowledge.
Or the wrong knowledge. It's just, that's why I say stay high. Don't go low.
Yo. High healing.
So Tiffany, but if
Tiffany,
we have
I feel like you want to do an interview with me one day. Is that what you want? You didn't invite me for seminars. Me to tell you about my ways,
Yeah.
No, but seriously though, shouldn't everybody who's born in America be able to claim America?
They are. That's what I'm telling you. They are. They are. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
born here.
What I'm saying
but they
is,
know no better, right?
They don't know better, and that's why we gotta, let them know.
Okay.
Do you have a certificate, a title to that Christian trust that you're a beneficiary of called the United States Corporation?
Yeah.
Do you have a unit of beneficial interest? Do you have stock in the United States or not?
Yeah, we do.
Boom. Elaine, you better tell them.
Why they grab you so fast? Hey, hurry up and claim. Hey, without.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. The kid's calling me. Hold on a bit. 2 seconds.
When I told them I wanted to do a home birth, oh my gosh, they went crazy. Oh, you're going to have to come in and you're going to have to still do a birth certificate. They went crazy when I told them I was going to do a home birth.
Because you messing with their human resource.
Okay.
I'm talking about, and their representative was one of us too, right? And the way she was going in, like she knew something. Oh wow! Oh yeah! But you're gonna have to. No! You're gonna have to come in quick. She was going crazy. She was going crazy. Like we don't care if you do a home birth, but you got to come in to get the birth certificate. Oh man, she was going crazy. I was like, oh shit, really? This how you feel? This how you feel. Man, this got to be worth something the way you going in like a crack addict right now. Over a birth certificate. It's like she was fiending for the birth certificate.
You get a cut off of that.
That birth certificate is a drug. She didn't care about nothing else. She didn't care if the baby live or die. She just wanted a birth certificate.
The hospital. The hospital gets a cut off of that.
Yes, they do.
I know.
I think it's like $2,000 for every birth certificate.
We end up going in anyway because she got scared at the last minute. But they gave us a bill for like $26,000. I just looked at it and laughed.
All right. We seriously need to have more conversations like that. We need that in our evolution. So, all right. Now, that's pretty much as simple as it gets for the statutory claim, as I was saying, and these are hyperlinks. So, guys, take some time. All right, just because you're in the phase of where document preparation is going to be a bit easier for you, y'all got to read. All right. Who can tell me what even a sesquive? Who can tell me what a sesquive trust is? Because if one of y'all can answer what a sesquive trust is,
trust.
I was going to take the digit right out the folder on y'all. Say that again.
It is a birth certificate trust that they set up back in 1666 that has your Social Security account connected with it.
Boom. All right.
Oh, she know what the Sister K trust is. Go ahead on who that was.
You something else.
Who that was? She know her stuff. I gotta call her.
Let's look at this. All right.
Private trust.
Let's see that. I just want to go all the way down to the last slide.
Miss Tiffany, you can't take our information out the folder. How we gonna learn?
I'm just saying, if y'all couldn't tell me what a sesquive trust was, you sure, what is going on? If you couldn't tell me that, you ain't ready for no private trust. I was going to say, we better have to take this back to the get-go. All right. This is the scheme of things right here, just like the sister jumped up there and said. Now, if we go back a little bit in the story, we will see where that sesquive. There it is. Boom. Right? Known as your decedent estate, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. Now, there's two trusts. There's yours. See, this is what bothers me about people that are running around talking about nationality and all this, but don't even know about trust. Because I would really like to know how in the world did you A for V, R for V, your birth certificate with no trust? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because there is your birth certificate, but it came. What did you say, sister? What's the definition of this trust?
What is R for V?
Return for value.
Oh, okay.
So to bring it above the line,
You're breaking up. You got to go park that hot box right there so you can get in on this call.
I'm in the truck right now.
Okay, I got you. You must have me on the headpiece.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, got you. All right, so you're saying...
You just got to bring the mic closer to your mouth, that's all. Just bring the mic closer to your mouth.
Yeah, I was saying, so to bring it above the line where it's supposed to be, which is the private side, we have to turn it back to the treasury.
You have to accept it for value, right? So you're going to accept it for value in the public side by utilizing your medium of exchange. Because let's go back a bit to where you could see what was there before they started putting, like I think that, all right, hold on guys. I could just work with the one we were using with the A for V, R for V, okay? All right, so when you send your birth certificate, Puerto Rico, D.C., right? In that presentment, because please don't just put your birth certificate like you authenticated and be like, A for V, R for V. Okay, this is why we learn administrative procedure. It's all for this day here. All right. So when you A for V it, when you think of A for V, now there's A for H too, but that's a different jurisdiction. Now, when you A for V something, you're accepted for value, all right? Taj.
Yes.
When you got your name change and it was granted, what did you do next?
What did I do next? I went down to...
No, that ain't what you did next. What you sent to probate? What you sent to the chambers?
Oh, I had to send that document to
what document?
Acknowledge the acceptance.
Acceptance of what? What did you accept for value? Well, what did you accept for honor, excuse me?
I forgot the name of the document.
Okay. Let's go back.
Oh, Taj.
Yeah, it's okay. We're going to learn today. Let me just go to my Dropbox on here so I don't mess with the documents online. All right. So when you accepted for honor your name change, you said, you offered me something. I'm not going to sit there and abandon my title. No. I'm going to accept it and pull it into my private trust because it's mine. Because it's
Do
mine.
we change the name? Do we change the name on the birth certificate, Tiffany?
Yes, you do, but we're not doing that now because if you go, see, Shanita, y'all got to download these documents. Let me see. I got one up in here.
My bad, I didn't know it uploaded.
I know I got some files in there with my stuff floating in there.
I think I got one already populated. Let me see. No, I don't. Thought I did. Todd, can we use yours?
Absolutely.
All right. So, when you accept this, you're saying, you, Lawrence Edward, family of Jordan Day, the living man, in the capacity of Lawrence Edward Jordan Day, trademark, copyright, and registered, do acknowledge and accept the order of name change that was recorded in the county probate to reflect my religious customary beliefs, so that all my lawful or legal documents show my true family name and customary religious spiritual affiliation. Acceptance of this was received in the probate court delivery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in that nice receiving presentment petition when you gave birth to it and delivered it by hand to the probate court. All right? With your witness, the United States Postal Service. Thank you. And this is my Lawrence Edward family of Jordan Day, the living man, free act, intent, and deed, to acknowledge my acceptance of declaration of nationality under my hand and seal. The acceptance. All right?
Yeah.
So basically, you accepted it so that therefore they can't say that you abandoned it. It did turn around and keep it in probate. So, back to our literature. When you accept your birth certificate for value and you tell them to return that same value unto you, you return it to its private jurisdiction in the trust. You see?
And how do you do that?
You ain't there yet. You ain't got no trust.
No, I mean, how do you put something in your trust, Tiffany?
Well, that's where we're at in life, because it's all about
trust.
It's all about where we at now. You know, you right on time, Vinny. That's why I love you. So, notice that we claiming that property. It's mine. So, we just went through that whole O&B process. Y'all noticed that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, because it was only 3 documents. Everything else is attachments. Right? Now we're moving on.
Okay, Tiffany, on notice of claim, I see you said state, so you don't have to put your city down, just the state and the zip code?
Right.
Okay.
Because the zip code does specify the city, but you don't live in a citadel because you're not a citizen.
Okay.
Well, shit, I put my city down.
Hey, Taj, what that etymology say? What's a citizen?
A citizen?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go look it up.
A U.S. citizen is a U.S. slave.
I'm saying, you know, citizens live in cities that are really citadels, which is basically a storage for variables.
Yeah, but don't you, if you have a P.O. box, they have to know the city to send it back to, right?
That's by the zip code. The jurisdiction is by the zip code. When you go to the post office, because some of y'all need to go get your registered mail number. Some of y'all need to go ahead and finish that. But next time you go in the post office, ask them how do they filter their mail to know where it goes. It ain't got nothing to do with the city. More so, nothing to do with the state, but you need to state. You need to state for the record that you're in a republic state.
Yeah, right.
You ready?
And that's why the zip code is in brackets.
You ready?
Because the zip code is what gives it jurisdiction. That's why you see a lot of people, they'll do latitude, longitude. However, that doesn't even matter. It doesn't even apply. They just want to be extra. But this is why you have to bracket in that zip code.
Yeah, the four corners rule, right?
The 4 corner rule.
Yeah, all right.
you know, and you want to make sure if you don't put non-domestic, non-assumptive, you know, depending on what you're doing. Non-assumptive is more so for legalese because ignorance of the law is no excuse because it's public law, so we assume that you know. Wait a minute. Non-assumptive. All right? But so you would want to put that on this document because it is a legal document. You're going to file it in a legal venue. So non-domestic, non-assumptive, right? Or you could put where it says your state, you could go like this. You could say, see, there you go, tripping again. Okay. Let's say this is where I want to put my estate, right? And then Republic, right? Without.
U.S.
Without the United States.
Exactly.
Now, anytime you're doing legalese when we're talking about non-assumptive, right? You want to make sure that if you are using, and this is just for future reference because it's on my mind, when you are doing if you're doing a presentment and you're using the Constitution to hold them accountable, make sure that when you're doing it, you're saying, because there's two United States Constitution. There's a United States, there's a Constitution of the United States, and there's a Constitution for the United States. And so when you are representing yourself, okay, because the Constitution is not for you, okay? The Constitution is for them to make them be held accountable for what they're doing to the oath and amnesty that they took to that Constitution. All right? So when you are using a U.S. code, all right, if you're using a section out of the United States Constitution, you want to make sure that you're saying, I want to protect my constitutionally protected rights of the Constitution for the United States with a lowercase u. Because now we're back to the United Nations. Now we're back to the family of nations off of that one change. Off of that one change of this. See how they want to just change my own words? Isn't that what I said? All right. Just off of this.
States United.
This is completely different from this. Hold on.
Minor, major. And was it the Pope, upon the motu proprio? He used minor and major.
Mm-hmm. So, anytime this is two different things. This is the republic. This is the democracy.
United for States for
Sorry.
America.
Yeah, excuse me. United
for
States.
America.
Yeah, so United States for America versus United, girl, my God. Yeah, United States of America. So, United, lowercase u, private, States for America is completely different than United States of America, constitutionally speaking. Okay? All right, so if you ever want to throw up and say you got unalienable rights due to your First Amendment of the United States Constitution for America, that's what it needs to look like. All right?
Yeah.
Keep it civil. So, all right, guys.
So at
now,
the bottom,
mm-hmm.
at the bottom where it says by grantor, you your full name, and then you put it down twice because it says for trust.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. Now look at what it is. All right. Now you see where it says your full name, but what's the difference in the two? Shelley?
In the two names?
Yeah. You see? Do you see the difference?
One
Let
is
me blow it up.
One is the trust, right?
Mm-mm. You're overthinking it. What's the difference?
Oh.
Says your full name and your name.
You got capital lowercase.
Boom.
And then
So,
the other one is
okay, I see now. Okay.
You see?
Yeah, because you got capitals in trust.
But it's the same name.
Yeah.
All right? Like, let's go back to this one. It's the same name. But I'm a creditor.
The way it's presented.
Yeah. I'm a creditor. And I'm going to be using this name in commerce. So when I use this name in commerce, you're damn right, I'm the holder in due course of this name because this name is a trust. It's a living trust.
Okay.
Feel me? Yeah. All right, let's get back over to that one there. So any questions on any of these documents that we went through so far? Because the notice of transfer is the same. Now, where it says registered mail number, put in your registered mail number. Okay, so it's right here. All right, so...
Is that registered mail number private or it doesn't matter?
This is why you're claiming it and transferring it and you're doing a UCC on it, so it doesn't matter who sees it because you're the holder in due course. And that's why it's on the copyright. So go ahead, look it up, try it out, talk about it because you're going to pay me for it.
But Tiffany, I'm just thinking about how when we're young we say I've got to find myself, and look at this, we done found ourselves,
didn't we? Didn't we?
That's the universe. That's why we all so much alike if you think about it. Same path. Follow the yellow brick road.
Let me pull up this other one because I thought I already had it up here.
Oh, it's going on.
Follow the yellow brick road.
I'm telling you.
We do not do the UCC1 until we get the notice of claim and a notice of transfer back from the county. Is that correct?
That depends, but I'm going to say no, you don't have to do that because if you are in the South, which is above Virginia, then you're going to have to file your notice of claim and notice of transfer within that UCC.
You're right, because Texas is a little bit different. That's what I was wondering.
Like, if you're in a republic state, you can go on down to your chancery or your probate, and they know exactly what you're talking about because they know about trust in the republic states.
Now you say you say republic states. But all states could be republic, right? No.
What? What do you mean? No.
All states.
No, it still go back to 13. No.
No Florida Republic?
Yeah. What are the republic states?
All the ones that voted. Voted
oh,
Republic.
My goodness.
I'm a redhead right now. Stepchild.
You're a redhead.
Stepchild right now.
Oops. Republican states, the same thing. Those prophets. Yeah, so the republic states, and then this goes even further. Well, what just happened? You just hang up on me like that? Anyways, we'll get back to him. Well, no, that was 8-6. That wasn't even him. That was somebody in Ohio. Anyways, now, yeah, you need to go back, and this is going to take you back to the Confederate States, and it's going to take you all the way back to the beginning, but it's always still been 13. So just know if you're in a republic state or if you're not in a republic state, but I'm going to tell you right now, Texas, how many times they're going to succeed. Florida kind of it's sold up for y'all, Shout out to the Seminoles holding it down. You see what they had to go through. But, yeah, if you are in the South, you are going to have to do, I'm trying to send this UCC over to my email so I can show you what it needs to look like. Hold on. I need to just scan it really quick because I'm on the wrong computer. Yeah. If you're, say, in Maryland, and they're telling you that, huh?
They be bugging.
Yeah, they crazy up there. But, why you think they call it the Maryland lane? It ain't because of international UCCs. You'd be silly to think so. But, anyways, if you're supposedly in Maryland and you need to do your notice of claim and notice of transfer, then you would have to attach your notice you would have to attach it to your UCC and file it with your UCC as an attachment. But you would have to put a property description inside of a collateral box. All right? It doesn't matter where it is, whose it is, doesn't matter. But in order for you to be able to record it in the Register of Deeds land records, you have to have a description of property. All right? Make sense?
Right. I think it's like steps too. They want you to be filed with the Secretary of State first, and then you go down to the county and file it.
You're breaking up, babe. Can't hear you. I heard Secretary of State.
It's like that in Texas. They want you to file it with the Secretary of State first, and then go down and file it with the county. They won't even one of the county.
Wow, and so you did it, but that's fine because you can still add your attachments to that filing online. There's an option for it.
Okay, fine. I had a question about, but could I do it that way?
Oh, here it is.
The county does give people a hard time trying to file it,
Yeah. They don't do that too much in my republic. You know, Madison County, like, I'm just going to be real with you. You ain't even got to live in Madison County. It's $65, and you can mail it in, and they'll file it for you and mail it back.
Wow.
Okay? Well, it could be nice for you, too. Just send them their payment, mail them the documents, and be out.
Well, I'll mail it off on Tuesday. We'll see if they file.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna send this to myself.
Screen sharing is called.
I just took a picture of it. All right, I'm coming, guys. I'm in the email, so hold on.
It says screen sharing is paused.
Because I paused it. Hold on. All right. Waiting on my image to come through. There it is. All right, so when you're doing your, I'm going to use profits for now because this was just sitting here. But, because I was showing Ayoka this earlier. Let me unpause, y'all. All right, now when you're doing the UCC when you're doing, was this the right one? Nope. Wrong document. We're going on pause again. Wrong UCC. That's Treasury. Hold on.
Yeah, let's look at that one. That's the one.
You ain't ready for that life right there. All right, hold on, guys. Let me see. What did I just do with that one? Because I had it out from earlier. All right. Now, back to the property description. Yeah, you want to put that in there so that you can go ahead and take it to the recorder's court, or as they call it up there, the Register of Deeds, okay? And then they'll be able to accept it, and then you'll have a filing number, because what you're doing is you want to do a miscellaneous index, all right? So, let me see. Hold on a second, y'all.
Could we also claim the Social Security number on that UCC1 filing?
All right, I've got it. Let's try again.
Hey, Tiffany, a question.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't we, since we're doing a non-UCC filing, wouldn't we want to claim the Social Security number as well in the collateral box?
This isn't the UCC to do that.
Oh, okay, I got you. We're doing on another one. Got you.
Mm-hmm. That would be actually in your birth state. And now they're changing it to where it actually have to be your regional.
Regional. I got the 6 of them, so I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we can get back to business. All right. when you do, I just took a picture of it, but when you do your UCC1 on your trust number, because as you can see, we did ours in Maryland. Okay?
Oh, wow. Wow.
All right? So, yeah, it's internationally known. This is my property. So, anyways, what in the world? Stop doing that. Let me just see if I can blow it up enough to where you can see what I need you to see. Anyways, now, this is what you need to put in the collateral. This is the actual constructive public notice by grantors, that's in bracket that he is owner and holder of all right, title, and interest with the non-negotiable instrument claim number, registered mail number, with all attachments and proceeds therefore as being held in private. All right?
That's what we'll add to it.
This is what you put in the collateral description. And if you're up there in the South, this is where you would put your property description, which means that you would have to go and get an actual property description. Do we know what a property description is? The dwelling, the lot, not it's a brick house that's at the last house on the left. That's not a property description. Okay. You got to have the dwelling, and you got to have the lot of the location of where it is, because when you get into the record of deeds, they don't identify property as 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Right.
Okay, they identify property by its dwelling and its lot. So that would be the property description. So Maryland is quite friendly. You can go online and go and look up some property descriptions. And it doesn't matter where it is, long as it's in your county, and they'll accept it because you have land on the collateral, right? And that's how you handle that.
So just find any lot basically in our county. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Shit's abandoned anyways. They're tenants. So it doesn't matter. But if these people are telling you, I can't file this because you got to have land property to record it in my register of deeds, they go put you some land property on there. Okay? So
hey, with that 9, do we add the both attachments to it? So when I send it to the Secretary of State, with that on there, do I put the notice of transfer and the notice of claim with it and send it all to the Secretary of State to file it?
Exactly. That's what we're talking about. So yeah, and we're in Florida, right? We're talking about Florida. Well, what state are you in? Texas. Okay, excuse me. All right. Yeah, when you do your online filing with the Secretary of State, there will be an option. Let's go over there.
Texas it's kind of difficult. It's not like Washington. They make it very hard to do it online. Which is it's possible. I'm just saying it's not like everybody else.
Okay.
They haven't updated their systems yet, so they're still on the XML, XML, something like that, some weird format.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hart can do it if anybody can.
Thank you. All right, so is available. There is a $1 statutorily authorized fee. I bet there is associated with each search. I don't need to do a search. I need to do a filing.
You have to open an account up with them. I have an account.
I ain't opening nothing.
They make simple.
Delete. What is it? Control Alt Delete. Right now. Okay, let's use my state. Okay.
Y'all got a name.
Let me do. So I can just show you guys what it looks like because we ain't got all those issues.
Nice.
And we ain't got to subscribe. That's the beautiful part about Alabama. You can subscribe to our shit, or you can be a non-subscriber of our shit, but you can still get in.
That's right, man.
All right, when you're doing something, I'll just do something that I know is in there. All right, so, and then you just go through here. I just want to go through here so you can see. Let's see, Alabama. Let's see if I have any. Did I do a UCC1? Let's just use the same thing just to get through. Get through here so I can show you guys what I'm talking about.
Technically, you can file it in any state and give your state notice of the filing, right?
Oh, your UCC?
Yeah, I was saying technically you can file it in any state. You just have to give your notice.
You ain't got to give nobody notice, but you would want to have your trust filed where you you would want to have your trust filed where you domicile.
Right.
In that state.
Exactly.
All right, what did I do here? I did add a secure party. Did I miss something?
I think if you put the city
because I
and
added
state,
I added the same. They won't let me. All right, fine. Since y'all want to be like that. Oh, fuck it. Transportation is the name. Okay. Let's see. All right. Now you see right here. Now this is where the collateral will go, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now this is where it would say upload attachment. There you go.
Yeah.
All right? And that's where you would upload your notice of claim, notice of transfer.
Yeah, buddy. And and add a lot. You add property description, a lot number in the collateral box right there, correct?
Yeah. So you would add that after you write that fanciful stuff I just told you about, which was, well, we blocked out of it. This is an actual constructive public notice by the grantor, bracket, that he or she is, bracket, owner and holder of all rights, comma, title, comma, and interest, comma, with the non-negotiable interest instrument claim number, RE, capital letters, put the registered mail number, capital letters US, with all attachments and proceeds therefrom are being held in private. That's it. Questions on any of that?
Want to put the example on how to find a number for your county?
How to do a what now?
I said, do you want to give us an example on how to find an account lot number for your county?
To get a property description?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to go to the records. I don't have to do that in Alabama. Let's just say, let's pick a county.
Fairfield County.
Okay, let's do Fairfield County. All right, so you'd have to go to the assessor's office. Let me see if I can look it up. Let's go back. Summary property data. Give me your address, Taj, or somebody's address.
362.
Hold on. 362.
That's Fairfield, Connecticut. Yep.
Fuck it. Here's one right here. There you go. Boom. Now.
God is on my land. You got to come up with my land.
So I was saying, can we pick the house we want and claim it?
Hey, you already know the UCC1. Hey, I'm just saying, but this is how you look up the property descriptions. Okay.
So I can claim a $1 million mansion.
Well, I ain't even gonna go there with you. You know, that's what people fail to realize, is that you have a lodial title to the land. And if you ain't got no broker, you better not be trying to do none of that craziness.
No, I'm just playing.
No, I'm saying though, yeah, it can be done. You know, if you're one to want to own things, I just like to control things. But
yeah,
you know, if you're one that would want something like that, yeah, it's an option for you. It's just a presentment. But why go get something that's already old? Just go build something new.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where's the property description?
Where is
like
the property? Like, it would be this is property description. That's the dwelling, but you're gonna have to go in. All right, so.
And the PID is the plot ID.
So this is the vehicle, not the vehicle, but this is the property description right here. And just like Sister Hope said, right here. All right. All right.
So those two things is what you would need.
Right. Now let's keep going because it should have had something. I'm thinking that this what they would is an acronym for their lot and not lot.
But then you have
the dwelling.
You have to pay You have the book and page number, which tells you where it's recorded.
Yeah. Boom.
Book and page.
You got it's been booked. The property has been booked in and received.
Oh.
All right. Let me see here.
Wow. It's amazing.
I don't see any lot numbers on here.
Now.
The book and page would give you that.
They'll be able to look up that. I'm trying to find if they have. I guess they don't use dwelling here. Here you go.
There you go.
You need that too. So you need single family if you're going to use this one, right? Single family DL this because that's the kind of dwelling it is. All right. So you gotta have the dwelling. All right. The page and book so that they can look it up in a second, right? And then the plot, like Sister Hope said. And then that would be, I want to say that this is like what they would consider the actual plot designation, though, because the way that it's looking, it looks kind of like how Brooklyn does there, because these are actually streets in the district. So, but that's pretty much how you do it. You just have to know how your actual county specifies the description, but that's it. You don't have to put the address because that's what the book and page is for.
All that just to get them recorded in the county? I said all of that just to get them to record it in the county?
In the Register of Deeds. No, I'm saying I don't have to go through all that in my state. I'm saying if you're in a state and they can't even properly tell you where to file a certificate of trust, I would have packed my shit and moved. But if you want to stay, this is what you need to do. So, there you go as far as that goes. All right? Not as public information. People just so public. They got a good deal, though, you know. Fairfield, the town of Fairfield, you know, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a house that's damn near fucking like almost 100 years old, almost. What is it, like 70 years old? Wow. People are paying $300,000 for a house that is 60 years old. Look at it. 200. Look at what? You got me, bitch. That's some debtor shit right there. You can't afford to mow your damn grass.
But it's Fairfield.
We paid $255,000 for a fucking trailer.
Okay.
I'm just saying. With a brick bottom. It's a trailer, though. That's crazy. Yeah, so don't put that house on your property description. Don't be lazy, because if you claim that, I ain't coming over. I'm not coming over. We have to meet at Starbucks or something.
That's my rental. That's one of my rentals.
That's one of your nephews.
Yeah.
That's one of my rentals.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a rental. That's exactly what that be.
Well, how come I don't see your name, Taj? I'm just playing. But,
Because I got another name.
Give it a minute.
Because he's controlling. He ain't owning. He's controlling.
But check this out. Look at how he wrote his name, though.
All caps.
No. Last name, first name.
Last name first.
So some people.
These people know what's going on.
They got state system, right?
We don't know. We don't know what Todd look like. Todd just about his bread. Yeah. So, all right, guys. So we did a tutorial on document drafting. We covered spirituality. I had a 9 moment. We covered fax cover letter or fax cover sheet or cover letter. We covered statutory claim. We covered notice of claim, and we covered notice of transfer. So, any questions?
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
And this is off topic, but I want to go to that pure trust document you have in the folder.
I know that. Huh?
I said that pure trust, common law pure trust document you have in the folder.
You talking about the declaration or the book again?
I'm talking about the book.
Okay. Let's go over there. What's the question?
Okay. I read it. Now, basically explained how the billionaires, what they did was they created a pure, they put all the stuff in pure trust. Like one dude, property, and he had $3 billion spread it out between 80 pure trusts, right? Now that pure trust off contract only, right? Like
everything is off contract. Everything is contract.
Everything.
But everything is a contract. Trust is a contract.
You're right. The main trust is contracting out to the other trust. Is that correct? There's like
Say that again.
There's like one main trust, right?
Shelly, Taquana, Shanita, download your documents. Okay, the main trust. What do you mean the main trust?
Let's say there'll be one primary trust. The primary contract out the other trust. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
Yes. Okay, but for the consensus of this episode, we are going to apply an express equity, pure equity trust, which is a holding trust. I know. I see y'all all day. Download the documents. All right. Download documents. Yeah. So on this indenture, I have to upload that certificate of trust because you're going to be doing a certificate of trust before, because you do not ever in your life, listen to me again, I'm going to say it again, do not ever in your life file your actual indenture in the public. One more time. Taj, what did I just say?
Don't you file your indenture in the public ever in your life.
Say that again. I ain't hear you. I ain't hear you because they said I had to do it.
Don't you file your express trust indenture in the public ever.
Why? Why I shouldn't do that?
Because it's private.
No, because all my property is in there.
Well, that's personal.
Anyway, yeah, this is the trust. It's a holding trust, okay? Because as we get into trust law, you need to choose what kind of trust you want to use as your as you would say, primary trust, which for me is a living trust. Okay? And all right, when it went down, y'all, and I was like, is the Treasury real? I don't know, y'all. So I called the Lion of Judah so I can get the courage.
There you go.
Right? And then I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go see the wizard, y'all. But I had to be secured.
Yes.
I had to be secured because Tin Man was over there talking about you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that because, he don't make no sense. He ain't got no brain. Right? So, had to be secured. I had to have somewhere to hold all my property. I had to have a holding trust.
Holding trust.
All right? I had to have an expressed, not implied. I had to have an expressed, pure, equitable holding trust to hold all of my property so that I could decide what kind of primary trust I wanted to have. There's a lot of options. Did I want to have a will and testamentary trust?
No.
Well, did I want to have a living trust? Did I want it to be revocable, irrevocable?
Irrevocable.
Did I want it to have a management trust? Did I want to have an operational trust? How am I supposed to know all of this when I need to go see the wizard? Because none of this trust should even matter if there ain't no damn wizard there.
There's a wizard. It's a wizard.
Yeah. Like, populate. So, yeah. So this simple indenture is a holding trust so that you will have all your property held in private in a holding trust. And if you are married or you have adult children and things of that such, you can have this trust so that you have the time to learn what kind of trust you want to implement in your life and what kind of trust you want to implement in their lives or how they want to implement it in their lives, without anyone usurping or, using the rules of usurpatory. So, and molesting you and obscuring you and, treating you as human resources.
So that's the one that you put your kids, you can put your kids in there too?
You put all of your property in here. Okay. All of the collateral when we go into that UCC1 that brother was just talking about, it's going in here. All right? So, yeah. And that's why you need to claim as for that registered mail number.
What would that be called in the public? Would that be a limited liability partnership?
What?
Would that be
who sent you to the Secretary of State?
I've not been.
We don't do those contracts. We don't do that.
Okay.
We don't do that at all. Now, you will be recording this and, what's known to me as probate, what's known to others as chancery, what's known to others would be the Department of Trust documents, what's known to others would be the Register of Wills, what's known to others would be the Register of Deeds and Wills, Estates, Records. All right, so you have to we'll go through that to see exactly where you would need to file it. But the actual indenture stays in your damn safe at your house because it's private. You would only file the certificate of trust.
certificate of trust. Gotcha.
The certificate of trust. All right? So, you would not file the indenture at all. Okay? Nobody sees the indenture. Even when you go to open trust bank accounts, don't you bring that indenture in there. Don't you dare do that. And if you do that, you need to expatriate from Lamo Maxim. Like, I think I'm going to get the message that you did it, and you're going to wake up and be like, how come I can't get in the class, y'all? Because you filed a damn indenture, and Tiffany knows. Yeah. So, I'm just playing. I wouldn't do that. But anyway. Yeah.
Hey,
all right, guys.
This whole trust is going to be one contractor now. The other trust, right?
Say what? Okay, let me explain it. All right. Holding trust, right? Let me give you my timeline. Okay? So that you can see what I did. I went with this exact template. I did this express trust indenture. I held all my property in it. Then I broke off of that and I did a living trust. All right? From that living trust, I did a marital trust. All right? Also, besides that marital trust, I have a beneficiary trust, which is just for my children. That is a direct line from my direct trust, meaning that they inherit my trust in my demise. And in my demise, it automatically cancels out that marital trust. Because your ass should have your own fucking trust. I ain't supporting you. Fuck, you got 24 hours in a fucking day. So, in any event, yeah. So, and then off of that, I did a management trust. All right? No. Let me back up. Went too fast. Off of that, I did a fraternal trust. All right? I did a fraternal trust.
Fraternal?
Yes, I did a fraternal society trust.
Oh, shit.
And that's within my municipality because, all we require is trust. Off fraternal trust comes the management trust, and that is how your ass is in Lamu and Maxim Foundation. Boom.
All right.
Get some trust. I said, it's a lot of trust.
Can I trust you? Can you trust me? Are we entrusted?
There you go.
And Elohim we trust. So. Yeah. All right, guys. So that'll sum it up. Come next Wednesday. Oh, yeah. I'm still waiting on that homework.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Just because I'm smooth, cool. Yeah, I'm still waiting on it. I seen Rosanna. Some homework. Seen that. Yeah, I'm still waiting on that. So, we got to get that together so we can go to the next phase, because if we don't even understand a notary presentment, a certificate of service, and an affidavit, that means I didn't do a good job, and that means we got to do it all over again.
It will be done by Friday.
And I do hope that if you are in a group, that you're pulling your own weight. Okay? So if you are in a group, and what I'm going to do is, when I do receive all this homework and we go through it, I want to make sure that everyone understands what's going on. So I want you to point out for me what you did on those documents in your group.
Okay.
So everybody should have a summary of attributes. All right? Especially on those notices. If you're in a group, all of you need to have a notice, and all of you need to have a point in the affidavit. Because the notary presentment, anybody can do that. But the point is the affidavit. The affidavit is the jewel. If you can master the affidavit, you can literally take over the world.
So you want us to do an affidavit proof of claim, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to create a scenario of an event. You're going to do a notary presentment. You're going to do a certificate of service, and you're going to do that affidavit. But just like that indenture, your affidavits are like an indenture. Don't you dare send anybody in the public. You transfer that into a notice of claim. Okay?
What about
all right.
I just sent off a third-party debt collector last week. You still want me?
That could be beautiful. See how you on time? There you go. I'll accept that as your homework. Send it to me.
Yeah, I put it in the homework folder. I think you took it out.
I didn't do nothing like that.
It was Zig's homework?
Be sure it was me? It says me? Because I'll pull up deleted files if you want me to. It's not there no more? Let's see. All right. Are you talking about in the administrative folder?
Yeah, it was
homework? Yeah. Let's check it out. Because I'll be sitting there saying I did something. I didn't. At least I don't think I did. Let's see. Oops, not in there. Let's see. What has Tiffany deleted recently? Let's see. It says Zig's folder. Because, I don't know, maybe the dog ate your homework, Zig. Because it's just not popping up. Because this is, a statement of account right here. Just send it to me in email.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, just send it to me in email. All right, guys. So, over and out. I think we're good to go. Next week, all this should be done. Documents for the OMB should be printed out. Notice of claim, notice of transfer should be filed, along with that UCC1. All right? Now, I say OMB didn't say it's supposed to be mailed off. Right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Why I say that, Sister Hope?
No, you didn't.
I'm saying, why do I say that, Sister Hope?
Oh, you say that because we have to be in proper status before we mail that off.
And what does that mean?
That our name change has to be done and accepted, acknowledged, all of that.
Yes, ma'am. All right. But the claim notice transfer UCC on that registered mail number, that should be done. Okay. All right? Because next week we're getting into trust law. So we're about to start doing some reading.
Yeah.
Knowledge, yeah. Reading is fundamental. So, you want fun? Read, because it's fundamental. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to talk to y'all next Wednesday or whatever you decide to call me. So, shalom, shalom.
Hey, what time?
Thank you so much.
What time is what?
What time next Wednesday? Because this started at 8, did it?
No, sir. 8:30.
8:30.
8:30 every
Central Time.
day.
Central Time.
Every Mercury day at 8:30 Eastern.
Eastern. Oh, okay, cool. That's why I was on that Eastern. Gotcha. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm on Central, so but.
I thought it was Central, man. I thought it was Central Time.
No, y'all be having me in my night early.
Thank you.
All right, guys. No, no problem. Love y'all. See you next week.
Love you too.
Love you. Good night.
Good night. Please post video. Okay. I'll post it, James. Don't worry.